What's up, guys? This is the Ford Game Roma, and we are here, you guessed it, with our fight for Aventuria, the end of the Black Boar. In the last episode, we did leave off at this point. We got the mat set up, and we're fixing to start the combat with our heroes. So the way that I'm going to work this, I think, to make it easiest is I'm going to show you the cards appear as I pull them for the heroes, and then kind of down here set the cards up. I don't really have enough room on my table to do like a player area and this at the same time, so I guess that's how we're going to do it for now. And yeah, we'll go from there. So, what are we doing? All right. So we're going to start in normally. We will draw our 5 cards each, and then we'll draw basically 2 more for the 2 additional cards to do endurance. And I've got the we'll go here because I always forget the order. I don't know why the order just always eludes me. It's crazy. It shouldn't be that big a deal, but it is. So we'll start with Nirak's deck. Let's see. Can I move this over? Just attach. If I turn it this way, you can see it though. You can already see his. Okay. Or actually, if I just get that a bit. Yeah, you can see that right about there. Okay, cool. So, we're going to take Nirak's deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay. So, what does he got? Anatomy, 3 to ranged. Acolytus in an adventure. Now remember, since we're not doing PvP, right, dueling each other in adventure, basically he reduces 1 attack by 5. A wooden club, that's one of those despair cards, right? Gives us a little bit of an attack at a negative penalty, but it's cheap. Masterful dodging. Basically it says we can change a dodge roll to 3, so essentially we get to definitely dodge, which is nice. Rusty throwing knife, a regular ranged attack, a cape, protection 1 for an endurance, which we can drop an attack damage by 1 or discard it to drop it an additional 1. And then once we do a hero's attack, a spell attack, then we can actually increase damage by 4. So what really sucks is those are good cards. Wow, okay. So he has a magic attack from his normal hero card. So I think we definitely want to keep this for that reason. We know we have a ranged card, so let's keep that. And the Rusty Dagger. So we know we can do attack pretty early on. So I'm kind of thinking these 2 cards, as much as I like the cape, I don't know, the wooden club is pretty good. Man, it sucks, there's all good cards. But to get a -2 to attack roll, it's already, his melee is basically not going to hit, so that's definitely an endurance card. So let's put that right there. And As much as I like both of these cards, I think I'm going to get rid of this one just because this is going to prevent one, possibly two. If I get rid of it, this can prevent a lot more of that. And if you look at the costs, right, the costs are the same. So I'm going to say that's the endurance card. So this will be Nirax's initial hand, Masterful Dodging, Aeolitis, Rusty Throwing Knife, Anatomy, Oculus Illusionist. Right? So put that right there. Endurance underneath. And alright, let's see. You know what? I think I may try to move this a little bit. Alright. Yeah, I think I am. As much as I like that shot with the dice tray, I think I may try to do this where we can see the card a little bit better. Give me just a second here. Won't be a minute. Okay. Kind of looks funny, but it'll work. So I think we're going to try this where I can hold the cards down here. You'll see them in the bottom right hand. I know that kind of looks goofy, but let's try that. Alright, so next up we have Hagen. So we're going to draw his cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see, let me do it over here. And an additional 1, 2. Oh yeah, let's do that. Let me just move this over. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so his 5 are Stick Horse. His melee is 12, so it's actually, not too bad for him. That's a -2 with a 1d6 plus 3. This is a penknife, -2, 1d6 -1, but yeah, we went to draw a card one time. I don't know if that's great. This is a chain. This costs 3. This chain, 1d6 plus 1. We could potentially hurt ourselves with that, though, so that's horrible. There's increasing our range and melee. Apparently we found 2 chains. And Sweeping Blow. In an adventure, an opponent of your choice loses 4 health. Adjacent opponents lose 2. Ooh, wow, that's really good. Okay, so I think we're going to keep these 2 for sure. I'll be honest with you. I think one of the chains needs to go. And so then it's between these 4. If I was going to get rid of one, none of them are great. Definitely keeping the sweeping. I know damage to ourselves just does not. I think we're going to get rid of both the chains. That's what we're going to do. So his starting hand then will be Penknife, Stick Horse, Sweeping Blow, Anatomy, Warfare. Alright, cool. So, put that over here. Now you can't see that, but that's where it's going. And then let's continue on. Alright, so we're going to start with Nirax. Alright. So the first thing we want to do, I think, is we're going to go ahead and play 1 endurance card to play the Rusted Knife. So that's going to be 1. And to play it. And I'm going to use the other second endurance to I guess to attack with a spell. So his normal attack is a spell attack with a +2, and it's going to do 3 if it hits. So attack. Yep, +2, 3 damage. So let's see how we roll. Oof. 14. Yeah, that's a miss, which means he gets a fate point. So we'll put that over here on his card. And that's all he can do. Wow. Yeah. All right. That was that was easy. So let's go over here now to Hagen. And what is Hagen gonna do? What is all this? Oh. Right there. Alright, so Hagen's got these 5 cards. So he can play. He already, yeah, he's already put down the 2. So he's going to use 1 to play penknife, right? And then it says after playing this card, draw 1 card. So he's going to draw 1 card. Oh, and he gets hero self-control. Okay. Doesn't really help us. 1d6 -1. He is going to attack. Yeah. He's going to use his second endurance to attack. And he's going to attack with his normal throwing knife. It's ranged. It's a 12. Alright. So that's going to be ranged. Looking for a 12. He's going to attack something with low hit points. This hurler. Looking for less than a 12. Or 12 or less, I should say. A 3, that's definitely a hit. So how much damage is he going to do? He's going to do 4. Nice. 4 is not bad at all. So 1, 2, 3, 4 damage on that goblin hurler. And that is his turn. And I don't believe, yeah, there's no dodge roll for them. So now for the part that sucks. It's the AI's turn. Alright, so they're gonna now attack us. Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure that I have my orders Um, 4 down right here, so I'm going to make sure I get it right. Alright, so we'll start with Goblin Javelin Hunter. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I'm going to make a stealth roll. Nope. Shoot. No, we don't have to pay an endurance to do that. So stealth roll for each hero. We're going to do that. I should have done that. A 12. So we're going to do 12 here. And stealth is 12 here. All right. So we can just roll 2 of these. Red. Wait, let's do this. Purple. Nirax. Red Hagen. Wow, and they both make it. Okay. And that is once per turn. We will put 1 adventure token on the card. And this says this takes effect before the opponent's actions. Apply the number of blank on this card according to the current environment card. And then at the end of each round, remove it. So the environment says, let's see, whenever you goblin hits or flees, place 1 on this card if there are not at least 1 on the card. Hero actions maneuver in the dark. So do not discard when starting your next combat. Increase threat value by +2 for each. Okay. So basically, we're good. We got at least 1 on there because one of us, in this case, both of us did that. So awesome. So let's start with Goblin Javelin Hurler. Rolls a 12. Attack a random hero. Suffers 1d6 +2. So random hero. 1 to 3. 4 to 6. 4 to 6 over here. It's d6 +2. It's a 4. Oops, yeah, you can see it down there. It's a 4, so it's going to be 6. He does have a dodge of 6. And, oh man, that's didn't make it. I swear, though, it was almost on that 5. It was like sitting on a 5, and then when it hit this, it like rolled over. Oh man, that sucks. Okay, so he's going to take 6. That's going to take him from 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It's going to take him to 27. All right. Next, we have, let's see here. I'm going to put this just on top of the one that I finished. That way I don't like do somebody extra. Another one, Goblin Hurler 16, is Flight. If all leaders have been defeated, remove this card from combat. Otherwise, nothing happens. Well, that kind of sucks. That's a Flight. If all leaders have been defeated, remove this card from combat. Whenever a goblin henchman flees, please. So, So this is something that's kind of also different within the Black Boar. So there are no leaders. So in the rule book, it does state that you read these henchman cards, assuming that the leader has been defeated. So that means this guy runs away, which was a big fat waste. Although I guess technically goes in the henchman pile. Everything slides back. Alright. And I believe, if I remember right, we shuffle once we put that card back on into the deck. There it is. Oops. There it is. We're going to shuffle the henchman deck because it's not taken out of the game or anything like that. It's just taken out of the deck, right? So put that in here. There we go. And there's like some more cards there, so I guess I need to shuffle it again. We'll mix up. Alright. Surgeon next. 16. Nothing happens. Fearfully looks for an escape route. Yes. Yes. Goblin warrior. 14. A hero chosen by the group suffers 1d6 plus 2. Well, I would say 36 is what Nirax has. So I'm going to say he's going to suffer that. A d6 plus 2. Oh, man, 6 again. A dodge of 7. So let's see if he can dodge. No, he can't. So he is going to take 6, which will put him down from 36 to 30. And last but not least, this Goblin Insider. Oh, geez. 3. The starting player suffers 1d6 plus 3. Well, Nirax is the starting player. Let's roll. Oh, that's a 3. So he did actually make his dodge. So it's going to be this half of this rounded up. It's a d6 plus 3. Low rolls, low rolls, low rolls. Okay, 5. 2.5. So he's going to take 3. It's going to put him also at 27. That's cool. Not really, but it could have been worse. That completes everybody. Okay. So next, once we've done that, at the end of the round, okay, we take a turn. Oh, you know what? Nope, never mind. So I was thinking that we would get one of these out, but the other hurler ran away, so we don't get that. I'm just double checking. Combat, no. Their actions. Yeah. Then 1 time is removed. Yeah, okay. So we take one of these off. That means that there are 7 time tokens now. We check the card. There's no event at 7. The events happen at 5 and 3. So we're good to go. So now we do the heroes again. So we're going to basically start over. Yeah. So each hero is going to take their hand, and we're going to draw 2 more cards and place endurance cards just like we did before. And so, yep, that's what we're going to do. And unexhaust all of our endurance cards, unexhaust all of our cards in general. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right quick. So we're going to start with Nirax. Also, and this is slightly out of order, but Hagen will become the first player next turn. So we have our 4 here for Nirax. I'm going to draw 1, 2. So we have a smelly sword, -6 attack, and you gain +2 endurance until the end of the turn. Make a dodge test. If it fails, you lose 2. But that's basically free endurance. That's actually not bad at all. But given how horrendous his skill is with range, we're definitely getting rid of the smelly sword for that. And I really would like to have a fourth one to be able to do some things, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, so we're going to do that for him. That takes care of his deck. Then we have Hagen's deck. He's going to draw 2 cards. The empty bottle. I can tell you that's probably going to get nixed already because that's ranged and we have better ranged attack with his normal attack. And another melee attack that is a hand mirror, but it is fragile. So, definitely going to take this card. It's going to become Endurance. No sense in having that. Think we're going to get rid of the stick horse also. So the stick horse is going to go to Endurance. So that's 2 Endurance cards for him. That gives us 4. So that's going to let us hopefully increase our attack. Maybe. We've got some options now. Cool. Alright, so that is their hands, that is their cards. Also, one thing to note that I had forgotten, to be perfectly honest, until I watched the playthrough recently, is that fate points can be used on your turn, or they can be used to help and allow an adventurer allow another player to reroll. So that is very, 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 very helpful. So, to the table, and let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to start over here with Hagen. So, what do we want? I think it's a tough decision because on the one hand, I'm kind of thinking, actually, you know what, let me put this back up. I'm kind of thinking that I would like to play this card against the Surgeon because I get that extra damage on either side. But that's 3 out of 4, so I can only do 1 attack. Which I guess is not horrible, per se. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to spend 3 to play this card. And this will go to the discard pile. And this is going to let us do 4 to an enemy. And it's going to let us do 2 to each adjacent. Now, do note that this, in Adventure, the text reads it's 4 damage. That does not, defense does not stop that. Just a normal, one of the 3 normal attacks is where the defense value on these cards for the enemies come in. So it's not going to stop, that. That's important. So we're going to create our little discard pile over here. And set the Endurance. That'll work. Alright, and so that's going to be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Surgeon. And 2 to each adjacent, so that's 2 on the Hurler. And 2 on the Warrior. Nice card. We use the final Endurance to do a basic attack ranged against, we'll go against the Hurler again. So rolling ranged, that is a 12. Yep. And it's an 11. There's no penalty for that. So that is a success. Roll a d6 for damage. It's going to be d6 against this. There's no dodge roll for them. That's a 5. They do have a defensive 1. So that's 4 total damage from the attack, which gives 6 total damage out of 8 on that unit. Nice. Okay, cool. Liking that, liking that, liking that. Alright. Over here. Our boy Nirax. And put these right there. For Nirax, what is he going to do? Well, he only has 3 endurance. So he needs to do some attacking. I think, because that's ranged and melee, so he has a potential of 5 to use this round. Let's yeah. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play this card. We get +2 endurance until the end of the turn. We do have to do a dodge test. His dodge is, I believe, a 7. Yeah. And he rolled a 19. So he's going to lose 2 more points. That's okay. I'll take him from 27 to 25. And that will go to his discard. And so here's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to choose to do his normal attack. And I'm going to do it first. Because if he hits, then we can play this card, right, and add 4 additional damage to a spell successful spell attack. 4 additional damage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 would be killing this, but that's kind of like overkill at the same time. Well, we still have 4. Yeah, we're going to do that. So he's going to do a spell attack. And his attack is at a +2. And he's going to attack, he's going to attack this goblin surgeon. So we're going to roll a magic attack. DC, well, I say DC, 11. And, see what happens. A 7, so that's definitely a hit. So he's going to do 3 damage. Plus, we're going to go ahead and play for 2 endurance. 2 endurance. Yeah, the 2 that we've already got from this card. To play this card, which is going to increase the damage by 4. So, he's actually going to take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gosh. Only 2 more left on the surgeon. 5, 10. It's a lot of damage. So close on the surgeon. Alright. And didn't have to use the fate reroll. Then, I'm going to use 1 endurance of the 2 that I have left to play, to attack with the rusty throwing knife, which is going to be arranged with a d6. He's got an 11 for his ranged. So let's see what happens. And we're going to target, I think we're going to target the hurler. That's an 11. Oh man, that's a 12. would be nice to get rid of it. We're going to go ahead and spend that fate point. See if we can get rid of him. 8. Yes. 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 Okay. D6. Don't fail me now, D6. D6. No dodge roll. This -1 because of the defense. You have got to be kidding me. No damage. And yeah, that's all we can do. Oh my gosh, that is so not right. Man, that is so not right. All right, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. So let's take our beating. All right. Starting with a hurler. What are they going to do? A 16. Oh gosh, I did it again. Hold on. This comes off at the end of the round. These guys can make a free roll. We'll do the same thing again like we did last time. Purple, Nirax, green, Hagen. Doing a stealth check. They both have a 12. And 4. And, critical success. What happens on a critical success? Anything in general? On a test? No, not really. It's just critical success, I guess. Okay, so we do actually this time, good, get to put 2 of these adventure tokens on here again. And starting your next combat, increase the threat value. Whenever you see a henchman flee, place 1 on this card. If there are not at least 1. Okay, so yeah. So we did keep them from, I guess, alerting later. So this guy's going to flee? 15 to 16. What did I say? What did I roll? Oh, I rolled a 20. Remove this card from combat. Do not shuffle it back in. Okay. So goes away. This does not get shuffled back in. I'm just going to sit it right there. So that means that there are now 3 units left. And we going to roll for the surgeon now. It's a 14. Treat wounds. The goblin with the most damage is healed 1d6. Well, that would be the surgeon itself. Is healed for 3. So take the 5 off and put 2 back. Quite unfortunate. Goblin warrior. 17. If there's him defeated, remove this card from combat. Otherwise, nothing happens. Okay, so he also flees. Whenever a goblin henchman flees, place 1 on this card. If there are not at least, if there's not at least 1 of those tokens on the other card, do not discard this card at the end of the combat. So if I'm reading that right, I don't think it's basically we have to make that check every round, or if somebody flees, we're in trouble. So far we've made that check. And there's the shuffle on the henchman deck. And we have Goblin Warrior. Now remember, in our case, the combat conditions, I believe, let's double check. When you have a number, you're victorious when you reduce the number of opponents below party size. So if there's only 1 enemy left, we won the combat. Great. So we just need to get rid of That. All right, an 8. So attack. A hero chosen by the group suffers 1d6 plus 2. We have 25 and 27, so we're going to take it over here. And he's going to roll his dodge of 6. Nope, not going to get it. So he's going to take the full d6 plus 2. He doesn't have any kind of way to block that. That's a 3 plus 2 is a 5, which will take him down to 22. All right, and then we take the time counter off. And that will live 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't trigger anything. All right, so we basically do the cleanup. We're going to unexhaust all of our endurance cards, all of our items, and such. Okay, and then we're going to start a new round. So let's draw cards and see what we get. Okay, let's see, y'all. Let's go over here because this is going to go right there. So he's going to draw 2 cards. Crap. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how much of the audio didn't make it. But dang it. That happens every time. We took out. Harrigan managed to take out. You saw. Well, maybe you saw. I don't know if I'll leave that in there or not. Take out the surgeon, which leaves 1 unit, 1 henchman. So I'm going to look and see, because I do not remember off the top of my head, if that means that the combat ends immediately, or if we have to finish out the combat round and then evaluate whether or not we were successful. All right, so I don't know that I can say that I found anything like definitive, I feel like, but I haven't found anything that says exactly when you check it. It just says based on the conditions set out by the card. So the conditions being, we reduce the number of opponents below 2 to 1 in this case. So that will complete our encounter, and we are successful. So what do we do after we're successful? Pretty much the same thing we would normally do. We do get improved equipment, which we'll do here in a second, and we'll do the normal end of combat and brief respite that we would do normally in the normal playthrough, the normal adventure. Okay, so if you want to know where that's at in the book, it is on page 16 and 17 in the main rule book. So, page 16 and 17, into combat. If they're below 30, heroes' health is below 30, they are allowed to raise to 30. So, they're both going the wrong way with him. We want to go up, not down. Go back to 30. So, boom. And 30. Okay. Pick all your reaction cards and shuffle them into your hero deck. And if we used our hero special ability, basically gets reset because it's once per combat round. So basically we take all these cards from our hand and then hand our deck, and we give them a good old shuffle. Alright, and boom, 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 bam. So that's done for him. And we're going to take all these over here. It wasn't too bad. A little bit dicey there at the end, but a couple of those cards where we get to do the damage, and then like that knock or a lucky roll there at the end with a high five really help. Be careful. My dog's decided to move around. Alright, and we'll put this here. And actually, we will put this over here. There. Take this alarm card. We're going to put it back in the stack over there. Get rid of these counters. Boom, boom. Adventure tokens. We didn't have anything on this card, so that's good. Don't have to worry about any kind of negative things from that. Alright, so those are all ones. Yep, so the Black Boar 1, Black Boar. So put all these together. And set that to the side for now. Got that. Now, we do get all the reward cards, okay? Each player may choose one of the following actions for each time counter. Oh. So I think I guess we'd have had 5. Yeah, we'd have had 5 time counters, so we actually did that really, really quick. But first, let's do the reward card. So, reward cards. Let's see, environment, special, enemies. Keys. Yeah. Oh, wait. It said draw a loot card, right? Hold on. Let me double check this. Because I want to make sure I'm doing this right, because this is different. It says, reward improved equipment, page 6. This is page 6. I'm looking for improved equipment. Keyword animals, swarms, loot cards. Improved equipment. Improved equipment. End of combat, improved equipment. After combat ends, shuffle the alarm card back in the stack of alarm cards, so there are 5. After each combat, each hero may also perform the following. Remove a desperation card of your choice from your hero deck for the rest of the adventure. Or we can select a card from the loot pile card and shuffle it into your deck. Or we can draw 2. Or we can select a card from the opponent and shuffle it into your hero deck. You may randomly, alternatively, draw 2 cards from the loot card pile and shuffle them into your deck. Or hand them to one or more other players. So, okay. So basically, I see now. Whew, I don't know why that was so difficult, but I get it. So basically, remember that loot deck that we built before, right? That's got everybody's stuff in it right here? Essentially, we can get rid of a not great card in our normal deck, those desperation cards. Or we could add 1 or 2 additional cards from this deck per person into our decks. Now, the advantage of getting rid of a desperation card, obviously, is that you have fewer cards, and if you have better cards, you're going to have a better chance of getting better equipment, that sort of thing. On the other hand, we don't have a whole lot of really great cards for anybody. They got a few, remember they had 10 that were good of their own, and then a bunch of not great ones. So, what do we want to do? Well, I think for now they're each going to draw 2 cards and shuffle them into your deck or hand them to one or more other players. So we're going to start with Nirax. He gets, actually that works really well for him. That's a reward card with range, which he's good at, and his actual Covenant Garb, which lets him draw additional cards. So he's definitely going to keep those for himself. And then we've got this Fulminous Thunderbolt, which he can't use, and a crossbow for a ranged attack. Crossbow for a ranged attack for Hagen. Well, obviously the ranged attack would be good for him. But that Thunderbolt he can't use. I mean, he could use it for an endurance card, but he can't use it. Well, we'll keep it for now too, I think. Let's do that. So, that takes care of that. So that is our normal, that is the End of the Black Boar. Alright, that's special for End of the Black Boar. Now we do our normal, back to our normal into combat and brief respite. So, brief respite, so we have 5 tokens. Let's see, let's do it like this, I guess. I believe there was 5. I'm going to say there's 5. So 5 tokens. And we can do one of 3 things. We can rest, which will give us 5 life points per counter. And we could potentially ready a card for the next combat. Any card we want if we pay its cost. Or we could get fate points. So, I think, so it's going to take 4 of these to get us to, no, it's going to take 2 of these to get us back to 40. I think both of us want to do that. So, and I believe that this is, if I'm reading this right, each player may choose one of the following actions for each one. So, they're both going to go back to 40. All right, so boom, full health. And they're both going to use one of these, take 1 fate point. Yep. So they're both going to take and receive another fate point. Might as well. Right? And then that still leaves us with 2 of those. So, I mean, they could both ready a card from their deck at the start of combat for the next time. Interesting. But it's just a card. Okay. So I have 2 of those. So I'm going to use 2 so that Nirax has the glowing dagger. No, that's not very good. That's melee. I mean, it's good damage, but it's I'm just looking for something I can afford. That's the problem. There's not really a lot that we can afford. Oh, here we go. Ooh, yeah. He's going to have his Covenant Garb out. that's going to be what lets him draw cards when somebody else is wounded. So, do we want to do that? You know what? We don't want to do that. We're going to use Dream Shape. We can pay in endurance, and basically we can re-roll enemies' roll for what they do on their turn. So we're going to do that. So I'm just going to set that out. And I'm going to do this over here. Give this a shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. There's a shuffle. Alright. So, boom. And I've got 2 points, and I think I'm going to do the same thing with Hagen. We just got to find something good for him to use. I think. Tough decisions, man. It really is. You know what? Let's go with a little bit of protection. So he's going to have this card. We can pay 1 endurance to do protection 1. You may then make your opponent reroll the damage from the attack. The new result counts. If you make the opponent reroll damage, die result is 6. Discard this. So if it's a 6, it breaks it, right? So, zoop. Give this a shuffle. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. I am a shuffling away. Boom. Alright, cool. And I'm going to put these on top just as a reminder to myself, hopefully, that that is the case, that we will in fact be, well, using that. That took quite a while. The book then says, afterwards continue with the adventure interlude, level 2, meeting Park a Truck on page 14. So we'll hop on over to page 14, and that's where we're going to end this session of Aventuria, Dark Eye, Into the Black Boar, and we will pick this up in a future episode. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. I hope you're enjoying this. Sorry about the little there at the end, the snafu with the audio. I think at that point, you know, if you watched, you got a good idea of the gameplay. And, yeah, those things happen. So, keep watching. If you have any questions, if you saw me do something wrong, there's a good chance I did. Please let me know in the comments. I am going to see if our group equipment carries over from adventure, or not adventure, but I guess chapter to chapter in this. And, yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any comments, let me know. Thanks for hanging out at the table. With me, I am the Board Game Roamer, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.